Okay, so the second part of 5.4 is integration. So your two rules, again, we have the basic rule and the one that's more general, and the two. So we have the integral of e to the u du is e to the u plus c. So we have the integral of e to the 3x plus 1. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So what's u?
3x plus 1.
Okay, so u is 3x plus 1.
Yeah.
And du is
3.
dx.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I got to get rid of the 3, so I have to plug in a 1/3. So I have 1/3. The integral of e to the u du. So I have 1/3 and e, and what is u?
3x plus 1.
3x plus 1 plus c.
That's easy. Why you write it down?
Now the book, because she wants to. Okay, the book puts it all over 3. They just put it e to the. They write it like this.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
You don't need to write it.
Okay, so either way, but that looks gross, I think. Okay, next one. What can I do with the 5?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Can I kick it out?
I was just gonna say over you.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
How am I supposed to get any better?
I'm sorry. Okay, so I can kick out the 5?
Yes.
So u is what?
Negative x squared.
Okay, so u equals negative x squared.
Yeah.
So du
Is negative 2x.
negative 2x dx. Okay, so what do I need to add in there? Because I have the negative, that's good, right? No, I don't.
Add a 2.
Not a 2. A 1/2?
Well, I was gonna say that.
Okay. And it needs to be negative?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to have negative, not 1/2, but 5/2.
Yeah.
The integral of e to the u du. Because this x is right here, right?
Dude, did you ever grade our quizzes?
Yeah, they're like part graded. We were going to finish grading them today, but Shelby's in here. So we can do it Monday. Okay, so then I have negative 5/2 e to the
Negative x squared.
plus
C.
c.
Where did the x go that was in front of the e?
Because this x right here was part of this. Didn't go anywhere because that's that put in the back.
Don't give me that ruler. Do you just want these?
You're just
You don't
eating
like
them.
I don't like sour stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you keep giving me all your food?
Yep, I am. Okay, so the integral of e to the 1 over x squared dx.
I kind of forgot that I'm in math right now. Like I was actually like kind of having like a good time, like talking to Mrs. Bick, and then she's like, integral of e to the 1.
That same voice.
Yeah.
That exact same voice.
Yeah.
So we do need to think about this, like, this is 1 over x squared times e to the 1 over x dx. Like, we can take that apart, right?
Yeah.
Now, so what is u?
1 over x.
Yeah, u is 1 over x.
Correct. Or x to the negative 1?
Yeah.
Because for taking the derivative
Yeah.
purposes, it's easier.
Yeah.
No.
So du is what?
Negative x.
Negative x to the
Oh.
negative
2.
2?
Wait, what happened to the 1?
What 1?
There.
Because like x over 1.
So x over 1 is the same as x to the negative 1.
1 over x.
Because I took it out of the denominator and put it in the numerator.
So then if it was like 1 over x squared.
Well,
What would you do then?
what is x to the negative 2? Negative 1 over x squared.
So we just need a negative.
So we're just missing a negative. So we have negative.
What?
Riley, do you have a question? Or are you saying what just to her in general?
Like, her in general, because she's being rude. Okay, so then what if it was like 2 over x?
We just made a weird noise, so that's why I looked at you.
Oh, it'd be 2x to negative 1.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have our 1 over x squared is covered in our du, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just have the integral of e to the u du. So I have negative e to the what? 1 over
I'm
x
sorry, I'm just trying to write it down.
plus c.
So then what happened to like negative 1 over x squared? Where'd that go? Like I know you, did you?
It's right here.
Where?
Remember, this is my du.
Yeah?
This is du. And this is my u.
And then, okay, yeah, I get it.
Okay. Because, I'll go back here. Oops, I went too far. No, I didn't. Because right here, my integral rule is e to the u du. So when I just e to the u. So as long as everything's taken care of, it's just e to the u.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've got, oh, too far.
What?
Now we got sine, we have the integral of sine x times e to the cosine of x.
Yes, ma'am, I know what to do on this one. Watch me do this. Sine x e to the cosine. Hey, what's u, Sadie? You bet you don't know.
Use the exponent. What's the exponent?
Cosine x.
So we have cosine x. And what's du?
Negative sine x.
Negative sine of x.
Did you know that? No.
Dx. So now I need to add in a what?
A negative.
A negative. So we now have the negative the integral of e to the u du. And negative e to the
Cosine x.
plus c.
You didn't even take credit for that because I did it. I did all the math. You just said the answer.
Cool.
Okay, am I going to do them any different?
No.
The answer would be no. Okay,
Screams of pain.
the integral from 0 to 1 of negative x dx.
Are you recording?
Shelby needs to know what we did today.
I know, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you yell at me when I talk while you're recording. And like we just had like a conversation about crawlers.
I know.
That's true.
So what did you?
Negative x.
Negative x.
Du.
Negative 1 dx.
So we need to add in a
Negative 1 over x.
just
Oh.
a negative
I'm
1.
so confused.
What are you confused about?
Where?
Are you good? Okay. So I have negative the integral of e to the u, right?
Yeah.
Oh, from 0 to 1. So negative e to the,
Negative e to negative x.
to negative x. And then we're going to go from 0 to 1. So if I plug in 1, I get negative e to the negative 1 minus negative e to the 0. I don't know why I put 2 e's.
I like that.
It would just be addition though, right?
Isn't it subtraction when we find the area under the curve?
Yeah, but there's a negative e.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Because I forgot my negative. Thank you. Okay. So this would be negative 1 over e, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And what is anything to the 0?
1.
1. Or e over e. Correct?
Yeah.
So the area is e minus 1 over e. And they put it in the calculator like the wimps they are, right?
But you did not.
Is 6.32. But we are definitely not going to do that without a calculator, right? And if I was just going to put it in the calculator, I could just put 1 minus 1 over e in the calculator, and it would tell me. Okay, so this one, there's some stuff going on in there.
I'm so confused. I need a shave.
Okay, let's focus,
I'm sorry.
please. Okay, let's see. In this case, when we have a denominator, we usually make that u, don't we? So I'd have 1 plus e to the x. When we have a denominator, don't we usually make it u?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then du would be what?
X to the e, or xe.
Isn't the derivative of e to the x e to the x?
Sure.
It is. Okay. So don't I have right here, isn't this u prime over u?
Yeah.
Yes. And when I get u prime over u, I use what?
Natural log.
Natural log. So I get the natural log of u, which is what?
1 plus ex.
The absolute value, right? Of 1 plus e to the x
Yeah.
from 0 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to come further down so I have more room. So what I get, natural log of the absolute value of 1 plus e to the first, right? Minus the natural log of 1 plus 1 plus e to the 0. Well, 1 plus e is just 1 plus e, right? What is 1 plus e to the 0?
1 plus 1.
1. So the natural log of 1 plus e minus the natural log of 1.
2. What 2, yeah.
Oh, 2. 1 plus 1, yes, thank you. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We had so many the other day that were just 0, weren't they? And I would plug that into a calculator in our big brains, because we don't need no stinking calculators. It would be 0.620. And I got one more.
No.
Okay, so the integral from negative 1 to 0 of e to the x cosine of e to the x. So what do you think my u is going to be?
E to the x.
E to the x. And what is my du going to be?
I'm so sorry.
E to the x. dx, right? So I now have the integral negative 1 to 0 of the cosine of u du, don't I? So what's the integral of cosine?
Negative sign.
Isn't it just sine?
I don't know.
Because the derivative of sine is cosine, yes?
Why there's negative sign?
The negative, because that's the derivative of cosine, is negative sine. Isn't it? And we're going backwards. So we're doing integral. So it's just what? Sine? Sine of u, but what's u?
E to the x.
E to the x. From -1 to 0. So that gives me sine of e to the 0 minus sine of e to the -1. And what's e to the 0?
1.
So the sine of 1 minus sine of e to the -1. And we could stop there or use a calculator. And you get 0.482. Ta-da! We're done.